All right, everybody, we're going to dive right in here. Thanks for joining me. We talk about elevated executives a lot these days with the companies I work with. And what does it mean to be an elevated executive? We're going to cover that today because I see a lot of people out there working a lot of hours, building businesses, creating partnerships, and having very little to show for it at the end of the day. So use this as your time to clarify and crystallize what really matters to you. And that's what this is all about. We're a network of digital professionals and various business owners, and we're glad to have you here. So let's talk about it. Elevated executives rise because they break reactive cycles that stop hardworking, well meaning leaders from building thriving businesses and brands, right? So the summary's below. You can check that out. Let's go ahead and get into it. Number one, they respect laws, right? Do you like prison? Somebody says, oh, well, I'm going to go up against them and we're going to do this and we'll do that. And maybe you will, but you need a war chest and you need a healthy team of lawyers and other things because the government has more resources than you do, right? So be careful with that. And also, if you really care that much about it or something you feel the government is oppressing your track or your path or the thing you're doing, advocate for your cause publicly. That's great social media content. Start there. Whatever you do, don't sit around and complain to your friends at the bar about it, right? So, next thing, good leaders, elevated executives, they value good data. They invest in good data. They recognize the importance of data in their business. What data are you operating on, right? It's a question you got to ask yourself. Where are you getting the data? A lot of that, and the best way to find that is to talk to your customers and your prospects daily, right? Take notes, ask questions, help solve their problems. Somebody says, well, I got this idea and I'm going to build it, but I'm looking for funding and I'm not talking to customers yet until I get this much money and I've got a website and all. That's all excuses. Sorry, it is. You can't really play that way if you really want to do something and build something that's worthwhile. Now, you don't want to rush into things. You don't want to build things that are built in a rush. And hurry is another form of worry. But where are you making excuses in that regard? Where are you talking to your customers on a regular basis? Right? A survey says, "Oh, we're going to help our business. We're going to make a survey and we're going to send it to our email list. And we got a survey." A survey is for a company who isn't paying attention on the front lines. You don't need surveys. You know how your customers are showing up by how good your customers are coming back, and are they giving you good testimonials? Do you have a testimonial, etc.? Are you getting good testimonials, and do you have a testimonial process? Right? Do you have a good testimonial process that allows your businesses to get testimonials? A lot of businesses say, "Well, our sales are soft on the front end." That's because your testimonial process is weak on the back end. Everybody's shopping online to buy what they want to buy these days, right? You're going to look there first. So if you don't have that game strong, your whole business is weak. All right. So speaking one last thing about valuing good data, today's CRMs are incredibly powerful. What used to cost $10,000 a month can be had for $200 a month. Somebody wants to go out there and, oh, maybe I'm waiting for a software engineer. I don't have money to hire a chief marketing officer. You can build these CRMs, in a weekend by yourself or for a few $100s a month. Like I said, somebody will run it for you. If you don't have a few $100s a month to invest in your business, you're probably not ready to have a business. You gotta be careful with that. It doesn't take much money to run a business these days. A few $100s a month to keep your CRM going, which builds your databases and is a sellable asset. That all matters. So think about that. It's going to take, as a leader, it takes your time and your money, right? Both. You got to have both to grow your business. Go back and get a side hustle if you need it. Go drive Lyft or Uber. Again, it's easier than ever these days. If you really want something, you go for it, right? Last thing, they value their time, right? What is your time worth? Answer: more than you think. You don't value your time, I can't help you. I help a lot of leaders and businesses grow their business with automation tools and marketing. You show up late, you tell me why this is happening, you're telling me all about all the bad things that happen, and we're not getting to work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. It's game time, right? In the zone, talking about building things with other people, building connections and relationships. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Secret is I don't work much more than that most weeks. Sometimes I do because I love it. Sometimes I'm on the road, but you don't have to. You can run a business Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, if you focus on what matters. So, what is your time worth? More than you think. Here's the thing: most don't lack skills or values. Somebody says, "Well, what's my skill worth to the marketplace?" A lot. Your experience in your life till now, the challenges you've overcome, it's worth a lot. It's not worth nearly as much as it could be because you're not interfacing well with your audience. And I'll talk more about that in a second. Most don't lack skills or value. They lack good systems. This is the CRM I was talking about, guys. Landing pages, marketing, automation, follow up, testimonials, all that can be wrapped into a good CRM. So, automation is your leverage, right? All right, let's wrap this up. Cool heads always make more money in the long run. Cool heads always make more money in the long run. There's people who sort of make a career about being a hothead, and they usually end up in mid-level management. They use intimidation and threats in political skullduggery to get things to happen, and they usually never rise above mid-level management. They get home to their husbands and wives and talk about how frustrated they are and how those assholes over there or those assholes over there were doing this to them and all that, right? Let's see who's the biggest victim at the family dinner table today. No thanks. So the cool heads always make more money in the long run. This is a habit you develop. I'm part Irish, I think. I've never done the 23andMe thing, but my family says, "Oh yeah, we're from Ireland, and our maidens' names were Delaney and all that stuff." I think it's pretty safe to say there's some Irish in me. My family likes being hotheads. They get off on it. That's what they do. I don't anymore. I had to transcend some habits, and so do you usually if you want to get to that next stable point, that level where your business is running, you've got a team around you, you're making money. There's where you are now, and then there's your next stable point, right? What is that next stable point for you? What does your success team look like? These are the questions you have to ask yourself. So here's the thing. Cool heads, right? It's a habit. Here's the last thing. Probably one of the hardest things I see entrepreneurs deal with. You start working with us, start getting your marketing right, start working with some good people around you, and you're going to find yourself in opportunities with lots more commas and zeros than the opportunities you're currently dealing with. And the question is, do you walk into that meeting as relaxed as a $1 meeting, right? A $1 million meeting versus a $1 meeting, or how about a meeting that you go into, you have no idea, not going to benefit you financially in any way. Do you care about that meeting as much as you do the $1 million meeting? Look at how money manipulates you. Look at how it affects how you think. Guys, we got to do this. Oh, we got to get this deal. Oh, if we don't get this deal, I got to get that Lambo, right? Like, come on, get your head straight. The way you handle the small deals is the way you handle the big deals. You don't get to the big deals unless you're handling the small deals right. It's nobody else's fault. Your boss, your partner, your spouse, right? Who do you blame? Who's on your blame list? The government, right? Ooh, who's on your blame list? Write it in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Get that marker, that Sharpie. Write your blame list on the mirror, and then look at yourself through that, through those words. All right, guys. If you want to find good business partners, vetted business resources, or even your next success team, if you don't feel like your ladder is leaning against the right wall, check out the links below. It's been a good time. See you guys next time.